Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha. And in this video, we are going to talk about trading psychology or how you can deal with losses as a trader. Now, every trader faces losses, every trader makes profit. The whole and sole aim should be to be net profitable over the long run and making consistent profits. Now, there is a misconception that the best of traders are always profitable in every one of their trades, but that is completely wrong. Losses are a part and parcel of the game, and it's impossible to avoid them. You cannot be always correct. So, you need to understand that there will be losses, there will be profits, but the net aim should be to be net profitable over the long run. So, what are the possible reasons behind a loss, or why do people lose? Now, this video is especially important for the beginners who are trying to become a trader and come into the stock markets. I myself made a lot of these mistakes initially, but I have understood that one should not do these mistakes, and that's how you can become a good trader or a successful trader. So, let's start discussing. So, the first point is not having sufficient knowledge. Now that is pretty obvious, right? A lot of people think of stock market as a quick money minting machine, but that is not true. It's a viable career option, and you should think of it like a business. And you know what happens when you do a business without researching, without doing your homework. That's obviously going to be a loss. So gain the proper knowledge, have sufficient knowledge, learn about price action, learn about technical analysis, learn about fundamental analysis if you are into investing, and only then enter with your hard earned money in the market. This is going to be a bitter truth, but you better accept it that if you are not spending enough time on gaining the knowledge and expecting a lot from the market, there's definitely going to be 100% chance that you are going to incur loss, and not only loss but heavy losses. People have done that, and it's really bad that they think of stock market as some place to gamble, but that's not the case. If you want to gamble, you can go to a lot of casinos. They are the appropriate place. I'm sorry for being a bit harsh here, but that is the truth. And that's the reason why almost 95% of the traders lose money in the stock markets. And the remaining 5%, they are knowledgeable, and they are the ones who practice and develop the trading skills and the psychology that is required. So, trading is 50% all about psychology, because 50% you need to have a good strategy, you need to learn about price action, technical analysis to understand how the price moves. But 50% is about proper psychology, and that is really important. Now, the second point is exceeding expectations from the stock markets and keep on setting unrealistic targets. This is really important. When you come as a beginner to the stock market, all you think is that within some months you can double your capital, and that's really not possible. I mean, it is possible, but let's not get there. People have done that, and I'm not saying it's completely impossible. People are doing it, but let's not go there. We'll discuss about that in some other video maybe. But this happens because we are flooded with social media posts and screenshots which will show you that how someone made lakhs of rupees of profit in a single day, which most IT professionals don't even make in a month. So, what is wrong here? There is nothing wrong here, and I'm not saying that those screenshots are fake or something, but you need to understand that the people who are showing you these screenshots have spent years and years in the stock markets. They also might have started up with losses, they learn from those losses, and it takes a lot of time and effort and skill to reach where they are and to make lakhs of rupees in a single day. It's not easy. And you should also understand that their trading capital is different from yours, their risk appetite is different from yours, and their money management and risk management is different from you. So you should not set unrealistic targets. Keep it realistic, keep it achievable, and work hard and gain the knowledge before entering the stock markets. The third point is lack of patience. Now, this is really important that a lot of us have lack of patience, and as soon as we enter a trade, we want the trade to go in our direction. This is really not a good scenario, because I see a lot of people exit their positions before they hit their stop loss or the target because they are too afraid. So, first thing that you need to understand is that if you enter a trade, you should have a solid reason as on why you entered that particular trade. Because if you're doing it based on your intuition, that's really wrong. Then you are not trading, you're gambling. I'm being pretty frank here. And You need to understand that patience is really important and you should wait either till your stop loss gets hit or your targets get achieved. Because again, and when you are placing a stop loss, keep it logical and have conviction in your trade. This is a problem with a lot of new traders, that whenever they enter a trade, they start doubting about why they entered a trade, and then they close it in a loss, and then they see that the trade starts going in their direction few moments later, and then they regret that why did they exit early. So it takes time. You need to have conviction in your trade and then just remain in the trade until either of one happens. Either your stop loss gets hit or your target is achieved. So be in the trade. The fourth point is oversizing your positions, poor risk management, and poor money management. Now, most of you would like to take too much leverage because there is a higher chance that if you're taking a lot of leverage, then you think that you can make a lot of profit using a very less capital. But you're also forgetting that when you are taking this 10x leverage or 20x leverage, uh, you are also inviting a possibility of a huge loss. So, if you're taking too much leverage, the profits can be high, no doubt about that. But if the trade starts going against you, you can also lose your entire capital in one single trade. So don't take too much leverage. Now SEBI has come up with new norms which limit this leverage, and I think eventually they are going to remove it. But you should not be taking too much leverage. Leverage is good, but again, if something has its pros, it also has its cons. So go through that accordingly and then decide. Next point is going against the market direction and trying to oversmart the market. Now, one thing that you must understand is that, especially if you're a beginner and if you're trying to trade against the market directions, there are very high chances that you are going to incur losses. Because if you're trying to stand against the wind, either you will stand still or else you will be blown away. That is something that you should accept, and please don't try to trade against the market direction. You will have to pay the cost eventually. Next point is letting your emotions take over you and not following proper price action. Now, this is really one point which upsets a lot of new traders, because trading involves money, it involves profits, it involves losses, and that's where the emotional person inside us starts to interfere with the trades. Let me give you an example. If you are trading thinking that you're going to make so and so profit at the end of the day, you will start taking oversized positions, as I mentioned in the last point, and you just won't trade according to proper price action. You need to understand that your emotions can take away all your profits, can also give you a lot of losses, and that's one of the reasons that I am starting to myself prefer algorithmic trading over manual trading. Now, this is not the only reason, but this is one of the reasons. Another reason is that algo trading is totally fast than what a human can do manually. Now, it might take time to place the manual orders on the exchange, especially if you're an options trader, you might relate with me, because the price of an option can drastically change in seconds. So, algo trading is really important. This is something that I have been researching on, and I am working on some of these strategies. I'm still testing them, and if I get something good, so I will definitely share it and make a video on it. Next point is over trading and revenge trading. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you must have experienced this, that whenever you hit a loss, or basically whenever you close a trade in loss, the inner person inside you or the emotional being inside you wants to recover that loss on the very same day, and then your trading psychology is disturbed. And then what you do not follow the proper trade setup, you start over trading and you start revenge trading, and eventually what that does is that piles up to your losses and makes it a huge loss, and your trading psychology is basically disturbed. So just keep it as a rule: the day your two stop losses get hit, you are not going to take any further trades on that particular day. This is really important, because if you don't stop over trading and revenge trading, eventually you will blow away your account and you will lose all your trading capital. And that should not really happen, because that will throw you out of the stock markets and you will take a very long time to come back. And you will also have doubt in your own analysis, and this will be really difficult to cope up with. The last point that I want to discuss is holding on to losses and booking profits early. Now, this is something that you should really analyze and try to think that if your trade is going against you and you're starting to have losses, you should try to cut it as soon as possible. This is really important, because if you're holding on to a lossy trade, your losses will only pile up and it will suffer your trading psychology. and you should not try to book the profits early. Now many people have a fear that whatever the profits they have, they might vanish. Start focusing on the process. Profits are just going to be a byproduct of the same if you start focusing on the process and if you're doing things the right way. So don't be in a hurry to book your profits. Let your target achieve. Again, keep realistic targets and do not try to be unrealistic. Just keep it practical and do things accordingly. So I guess these are some of the points which you should take care, especially as a beginner when you're entering into the stock markets, to avoid huge losses. And you cannot avoid losses, they are going to be a part of the game. So just accept that and just try to be profitable on a net basis. You will have profits, you will have losses. Just try to be net profitable over the long run and focus on consistent profits. It doesn't really matter if you make profits for 3 days and then you make loss henceforth. So just focus on that, just gain sufficient knowledge and then enter into this market. The market is not running anywhere, the market is here. You are also here. Just focus on learning first and then earning will eventually follow. So I guess this was a really short video where I wanted to share some of the pointers. Just go through them and I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe for more content like this. And yeah, I guess this is it then. Thank you so much and bye bye.